Hello everyone, welcome to Sarah's Stitchery. My name is Sarah and this is my channel where I talk all about my cross stitch journey. Today is Flosstube episode number 46 and this is Sunday, October 26, 2025. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I hope you like what you see. I hope you will like my video, leave me a comment below, subscribe, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today. So I'm a little behind in my schedule. Usually I try to film every other week, so I'm a week behind. You know how life gets, it's just a little busy. School's been busy. I had parent-teacher conferences a couple weeks. We had a death in the family, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later. But it's just been a little busy around here. So, but I'm glad to be back today. So, you might notice I'm sitting in a different spot. I'm still in my craft room, but I am sitting in a different spot because I got a beautiful new chair that I want to tell you guys about today. This has been a corner of my craft room that has been long neglected. I had a different chair over here and it wasn't a very comfortable chair. In fact, only my dog sat in it. So now I have a chair for me and I do let them sit here with me though. So I want to tell you about my new chair. Normally I sit in my office chair with my back to my craft tables. So this is going to be a more comfortable spot to sit when I film. So let me first start by telling you about the chair. So this chair came from a company called FlexiSpot. They contacted me and asked if they could send me a chair in exchange for my honest review to share with all of you here in my video. So let me show you a little bit about it. It is called the Waffle Recliner because of this beautiful waffle design on the back of the chair. It's very cushy, very cozy, very supportive on your back, which is great after a long day of teaching. I love just coming in here and sitting in my chair and relaxing. It's made of a chenille fabric. It's stain resistant, it's oil resistant, it's waterproof. I haven't tested that out yet, but if I ever spill any water on it, we should be good, right? Let me tell you about some of the features. It is a swivel chair, so it swivels unless you got something sitting next to it, and it rocks. And there's some other great features too. So I have a little cart here where I keep my books and I also keep some stitching supplies in, so they're nice and handy. So this is where I sit to read. It's where I sit to stitch. So one of the features I like the best about it is it has a USB charging port on the side. I'll have to put some pictures on my Instagram. It's really hard to show in the video, but it's nice because I stitch with an iPad. So I'm able to plug in my iPad so I don't, so it doesn't die while I'm stitching. And the armrests are nice and wide. So I can sit my iPad on the armrest and look at that while I'm stitching, which is very nice. It doesn't fall off. And you'll notice my chair here is also very roomy. There's a lot of space in this chair, which is nice because my dogs like to sit with me. I have two smaller dogs. They're both about 15 pounds. And this chair reclines, so there's plenty of room for all of us. One likes to sit on my legs. One likes to sit up beside me. So there's room for all of us. So it does have a reclining feature. Let me make sure I have enough space to recline. Pause for a second. I figured I would hop out of it for a second so you could see it in all of its glory. It's very soft and cushy. So let me show you the reclining feature. So it has just these little buttons on the side that you press to recline or to sit yourself back up. So I spend a lot of time in the reclining position. It's just a button that you hit and it goes back. And even the backrest goes back as well. So if you keep going back and back and back, it's a perfect place. Not my most flattering view, I know, but it's a perfect spot to just take a nap if you need to, or just take a load off after a long day of work. So, and then you just push the button to bring yourself back down. So, thank you FlexiSpot for sending me this. I love it. You can get one as well. I will put a link down below, and there will be a code. You can use the code Waffle, the word Waffle, to get $30 off of your purchase and free shipping. So let me know if you do get one. I would love to hear what you think about it. And once again, thank you so much, FlexiSpot. I love this very stylish, very supportive, very soft chair, and I'm going to be doing all my videos here from now on. So, all right, let me pause the video so I can move the camera into a better position so that you can see my stitching. Okay, I'm back. This is a more flattering view. So let's get right into it. I have a lot of things to show you today. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that it was my birthday on Thursday of this week. And I just have to say that my friends and my family really spoiled me and made me feel special. So thank you to all of them. In fact, one of the things that I received from a friend is this beautiful shirt that says Stitch. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Maybe if I move my hair. There we go. So I got this shirt from my friend Sarah, handmade by Sarah W. on Flosstube and Instagram. If you've been here before, you hear me talk about her all of the time. She's my bestie, and she and I stitch a lot of things together. So she made me this beautiful shirt. She cut out these letters out of Tilda fabric and sewed them on, and she has one just like it. So if you watched her most recent video, you will see her wearing that shirt. I love it. Thank you, Sarah. And I just wanted to show you a couple of gifts I received that were stitching related, because as stitchers, I know I appreciate things that are created for me, because I know the amount of time and energy that goes into creating something handmade for somebody. So let me start with this one right here. This was a gift from my friend Christine. I was not expecting this. She's one of my friends that I met at Chantel's 141 Pep Rally a couple of years ago. She's one of my Table 11 friends. Table 11 is a group of ladies who all came to the retreat the first year and they didn't come with anybody. They met each other there, and they've been best friends ever since. And they like to include me in some things too, which I appreciate. I get to be an honorary Table 11 member. So Christine sent me this lovely gift. Can you believe that? Oh, let me show you a little bit closer. So this is a chart from Hands On Design. Nope, from Heart and Hand, excuse me. From Heart and Hand, and it says, sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. And she put my dog's names down here, Daisy and Lily. If you've been around for a while, you know that I have 2 rescue dogs, and they are small. They're both about 15 pounds each. And they are my best buddies. So that meant a lot to me. She knows how much my dogs mean to me, so it meant a lot that she included their names. And this finish is just so gorgeous. She added some 3D elements. She added this little house button, this little flower, this little heart button. I love that. And this is on one of Chantel's boards, one of her display boards. And this up here, these wool felt flowers and leaves are my favorite. I think this is just a very beautiful, classy finishing technique. And I'm just amazed. I'm amazed by your talent, Christine, and I cherish this. It already has a very special place in my craft room here. So thank you so much. I was blown away when I opened my gift. So thank you, Christine. The next gift comes from my son's girlfriend. I taught her to stitch maybe about 1.5 years ago, and she has just kind of taken it and run with it. Not only does she stitch, but she also designs, and she's learned how to fully finish, and her abilities have exceeded mine. I don't know how to design, nor would I try, but she has designed quite a few things. And I think this one's one of my favorites. So speaking of my dogs, she has made me a stitch before for my dog Daisy. Lily is the newer addition to our family, and so she wanted to make one with Lily. And so it says counting lilies, and you've got a lily jumping over a fence. We always kind of joke that Lily's a sheep because she's very, very furry and fluffy, and she's just she looks kind of like a little sheep. And that looks exactly like her. So Kendall, my son's girlfriend, stitched this for me. She designed it, she stitched it, she fully finished it with this beautiful cording and the beautiful fabric on the back. And I, again, was just blown away. You know, the fact that she designed this for me and stitched it and fully finished it for me, that just means a lot to me. So thank you, Kendall. I don't know if she watches, but thank you if you're watching, Kendall. And then I have another gift from Sarah, but it's being used, so I'll show it to you later. Okay, let's talk next about some giveaways. So I have a couple of giveaways from last time. So this one, let me take it out of the bag. So this is a kitted up project that was given to me by my friend Candy. She gave me some things that she was getting rid of. She had too many things. You know how it is. You have too many things kitted up and started, and sometimes you have to just clear out your stash a little bit. So she was doing some stash busting, and so she gave me some things to share with all of you. And so here is one of them. This chart was called Halloween. It is called Halloween Hijinks by Carolyn Manning Designs. It's so cute. It looks like a patchwork quilt. And she actually has a start on it. She had started it on this beautiful fabric. This is, she has a little thing here. It is 20 count Aida in the color Slate from Fiber on a Whim. So the winner of this can either continue stitching it on this fabric or start it over if they choose to. But the winner of Halloween Hijinks is Kathy Strickland. Kathy with a K, Strickland 2849. So Kathy, if that is you, contact me. My Instagram is down below. You can send me a message there, or you could send me an email, stitchysarahreads@gmail.com. Both of those are linked down below. So congratulations, Kathy. I can't wait to send this to you. And I have two more giveaways. So I mentioned this one last time, but I also forgot to mention US only. Not to exclude anyone. I hate to exclude anyone, but shipping costs are astronomical, and I'm living on a teacher salary over here. So the winner I had chosen last time did live out of country. I did get her address and I looked up the shipping, and it was a lot. So she very graciously said, no worries, just give it away to somebody else. So I very sincerely apologize for that. But anything I do give away, besides PDFs, that can go to anybody, but anything I do give away that has to be shipped US only, just for the simple fact of shipping costs. So anyway, so if you've been here for a little bit, you know that I am doing well, I haven't started them yet, but I am giving away the Winter Forest Snowglobe series from Tiny Modernist. This series, this stitch along, I don't know necessarily if it's a stitch along, but this series is being hosted by Crazy Annie Stitchin'. You can get them there. And they have been sending me the charts as they're released. This one was part 2, and I gave away part 4 last time. It was the llama. And she sends one for me and then one to give away to all of you. It comes with a chart, and there's also a sticker. I can't show you because it's on the back of here where the chart is. But she sends one for me to give away to all of you. So if you would be interested in this one, it is the bear. You could just say the word bear in your comment, and I will get that. I will draw a winner and get that to you. The next one, I just got this one like this week. This one's part 4, so there's going to be 2 more after this. The series is kind of coming to a close soon, but this next one is so cute. It is a little hedgehog. I love the little mushroom and the Christmas tree. So this one is part 4, and so if you're interested in possibly winning this one, just use the word hedgehog, and I will draw a winner and give this away next time. If you want to sign up for the series, it's not too late. Even though the 4th one has been sent out, you can still sign up. I will put the link down below. You do have to scroll down a bit when you're signing up, because you can choose to add on any of the ones that have already been released that you know have not that you will not get unless you choose that option. Excuse me, words are hard today. Speaking of Crazy Annie's Stitchin', there is a new series that they are hosting from Country Cottage Needleworks called Christmas Market. It is an 11-part series, and it is starting next month in November. I don't have a picture of it here to show you. If I can, I'll try to put a picture somewhere. I'm not very good at that. But if I can't, you can always go to Country Cottage Needleworks Instagram. They do have kind of a sneak peek there. I will link them below so you can see that. But the series starts in November and it goes through September 2026. And it's Christmas. It's a Christmas market. And excuse me, I forgot what I was saying. Woo! I do have a link below so you can sign up for that one as well. And like I said, it's an 11-part series, so it does end in September of next year. So that'll give you hopefully enough time to stitch it and maybe even fully finish it before the Christmas season. I will be stitching it as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. So, and I will be getting those charts as well, one for me and one to share with all of you, and I'll be giving those away as I get them. So keep your eye out for that. Okay, I think I covered everything I need to cover. I'm just looking at my notes here. Okay, let's talk about the stitching. That's what you're here for, right? And after I talk about stitching, I have some plans I want to talk about and some books I've been reading lately. I'll do the books at the end so that you don't, if you're not interested, you can head out after that. All right, let's talk about my finishes. Let me grab it. Sorry, it's behind the camera here. Let me try not to knock down the camera. That would be great. Okay, so both of these are SAFs, starts and finishes, and fully finishes. So you haven't seen these yet. So this will be the first time I'm showing either of these on my channel. And they're both very small finishes. So here's the first one. This chart is called Nevermore. It's by Lizzie Kate. It was a very quick and easy stitch. I stitched it on a scrap of fabric that I had in my stash. I don't know what it was. I do know it's a 40 count. I did use a Roxy Flossco floss for the stitching. It was called Hitting Snooze. I like to try to use the things that are in my stash, and I love using Roxy Flossco, so I use that for the stitching. I got this broom from Amazon, so I can put the link down below. And then I just put this cute little bow up at the top. I was inspired by Nicole Spohr. She's been doing these really cute broom whisk finishes. Hers are very, very nice. But mine's just very simple and it just looks adorable in my Halloween display. So there you go. I would like to do more of these finishes. I know Nicole did a Christmas one too, so I think that would be fun to do a Christmas one as well. And I didn't think ahead. I don't have this like permanently on here. It's safety pinned in the back so I could take it off. But I hot glued the bow on, so I can't, unless I'm doing something that would look great with a black bow, I can't really reuse it. I should have thought about that earlier. Anyway, so there's my first fully finish, start and finish. And here's my next one. This cute little ornament from Teresa Kogut. It's called Black and Jack. It's just adorable. I had seen somebody on Instagram stitched it and turned it into a cute little pillow. So I had recently stitched a Halloween ornament from Teresa Kogut. It was the bat one that I showed in my last video from her Patreon. And so I wanted to do another ornament. I don't have any Halloween ornaments with the exception of the bat one and this one. So I'm thinking I need to stitch up some more Halloween ornaments and I need to have a Halloween tree next year. So this is my second one, my second Halloween ornament. I stitched it on my favorite fabric, 40 count Grandpa Sleeve by X2 Designs. And I used all of the called for colors. I love that cat's face. He just looks like he's over it. He's had enough and he's just done. And the pumpkin looks a little frightened. So cute, very cute. So those are my finishes. I have 2 new starts and I have some whips to show you. Let's start with, where's my new start? Oh, It's out of order. Sorry, I thought I had these all stacked up in the right order, and apparently I don't. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, so I just started this one this morning. It is from the Punch Needle, the most recent Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It is called The Goblins Will Get You If You Don't Watch Out. Well, it's just called The Goblins, but it says The Goblins Will Get You If You Don't Watch Out. It is by Shakespeare's Peddler. It is adorable. So cute. For some reason, I don't stitch a whole lot out of my magazines, even though I love them. So I'm trying to make it more of a concerted effort to stitch out of my magazines. So I saw this one and I just had to stitch it. So let me set these things here. I'm stitching this on a 40 count treasure map by Color and Cotton, using all of the called for colors. I don't have my board over here today. And there's my start. Like I said, I just started it this morning, and I've got to start on the words. The goblins will get you if you don't watch out. Unfortunately, while I was stitching, it made me think of the Labyrinth movie. I hate that movie. I know a lot of people like it. It creeped me out in the 80s when I was a kid. That Goblin King, no thank you. But when I showed it to my daughter today, that's exactly what she thought of. She was like, oh, the Labyrinth. I'm like, no, not the Labyrinth. So the goblins will get you. So I'm looking forward to getting more of that stitched. Let me put it back in my bag here. Let me show you this bag. It's a new one. I got it from my mom and my sister. So if you're new here, my mom and my sister are project bag makers, excuse me, and they both have shops on Etsy. My sister's shop is called Pepper Pot Shop, and my mom's shop is called Painted Leaf Co. And this one's actually a collaboration between the both of them. So let me show it to you. Isn't that so cute? I love these witches. I know when Sarah, Handmade by Sarah W, saw this fabric, she was like, that's us. So my mom made sure that I got a bag with these two girls on the front, because that's me and Sarah. I think Sarah's this one, because this one has cats on her skirt, and Sarah is a cat lover. She has 2 cats. I have 2 dogs. Look at the back too. They're just so cute and whimsical. I love them. Isn't that the little guy, the corncob guy? Wasn't that a recent release? Maybe it was in the Patreon. I don't know. It's so cute. So that was my bag from the collaboration. Oh, I meant to say, my mom and my sister collaborated on this one. I mentioned earlier there was a death in the family. It was my mom's significant other. He passed from a botched medical procedure. So it's very unexpected, very sudden. And so my mom was making these. And so in light of the events that have happened recently, my sister helped her out and they worked together to finish them. And so that's why they collaborated. And so it just turned out to be this beautiful bag. So just a side note, if you do order anything from my mom's shop, I don't know that she has anything in there right now. But when she does get some things in there, she's trying to work on some new things to put in the shop. You know, just give her a little extra grace and patience. She's going through a really hard time. So, but her bags and my sister's bags are amazing. I believe there are still some of these bags in my sister's shop, Pepper Pot Shop. I do link both of their shops below, so make sure you go check them out. Give them a follow on Instagram and Etsy. Okay, I have another new start, and this was my birthday start. So I have never hosted a birthday sal. This is a very loose, there's no rules, there's no schedule. Just if you want to stitch this with me, let's stitch it. So this has been one of my favorite charts for a long time. It's called Sally Spencer. It's by Birds of a Feather. And this was a hard one to get a hold of for a while. Birds of a Feather charts have been out of print for a while. However, Sherry from the Colorado Cross Stitcher has the permission to rechart the Birds of a Feather charts and release them in her shop, Colorado Cross Stitcher. And when I saw that she had recharted this one, I could not get my hands on it fast enough. And Sarah loved it as well. So she and I started it together for my birthday, along with my friend Maggie with an I. I always stitch her birthday starts, and she's stitching mine with me this year because she also loves this one. So let me show you mine. I'm stitching it on a 40 count hog bristle by Fox and a Rabbit. And I just have a small little start. There it is. So cute. There are only 6 colors in this chart, and I'm using all of the called for. So there are a couple of classic color works and Weeks Dye Works, and they're just so pretty. I love the red and the pink. I love the blues, and I can't wait to get more of this stitched. Like I said, I just had the smallest little start. My birthday was just a couple days ago, so, but I can't wait to get some more started on that one. This, I gotta show you my project bag, because this was one of my birthday gifts. This was from Sarah. Can you believe that? My gosh. This is a blue flower chart. It says, "A friend loveth at all times." She knows that the blue flower is one of my favorite designers, and the colors are just stunning. I love how she put our initials down here, and she made this quilted bag for me from Tilda Fabric. It's just gorgeous. It even has really pretty fabric on the inside as well. She made herself a quilted patchwork project bag using these same fabrics. Hers doesn't have this beautiful stitch on the front of it, but we have project bags with the same fabrics, so she's using hers for her Sally Spencer as well. So I'm just, like I said, my friends and my family spoiled me this year. This means a whole lot to me, so I'll be always having a project in that. She also gave me this really cute scissor holder with these adorable, beautiful scissors inside. So thank you, Sarah. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, let me put that one down. So those are my new starts. And then I have some whips to share with you. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this one, I started it last month in September. It is called Octobers by Teresa Kogut. My friend Michelle of Michelle Lee Quilts on Instagram and Etsy stitched this last year. She and I both have October birthdays. She stitched hers and finished hers last year and framed it. It looks amazing. So seeing hers, I knew that I wanted to stitch it as well. I love the saying. I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. And I just love those scarecrows, and all the colors are so fall. So I am stitching mine on a 40 count Mirkwood by Atomic Ranch. I'm using all of the called for colors with the exception of one change I made. This Scarecrow's tunic. The color I was using blended a little too much with the color of his head. And so I changed it out to Classic Colorworks Campfire. And I think that works better. So there I am. I'm just down here in the grass. I'm going to stitch, there's like 3 pumpkins in the grass. I'll stitch those first, and then I'll stitch the grass around it. But I think it's looking so cute so far. I don't think I'll get it done this fall, but I'll have a good start on it. Excuse me. Okay. Next I have... Okay, my watch is talking to me. He says it's all good, so. Okay, next I have, this one's a stitch along from the Just Cross Stitch magazine. Excuse me. It's called Nature's Journey. It's a seasonal stitch along, and it's by Sprouting Lupine. I'm still working on summer. I haven't gotten to autumn yet. I did finish spring. Excuse me. Okay, so here's what I'm working on. Try not to get too much of a glare. So I'm working on the summer quadrant, and then I'm slowly making my way down here to the autumn. But I just love the vibrant colors in this. All of the colors are DMC, so it's very easy and affordable to kit up. They're so bright and beautiful. I'm stitching this on the called for fabric Into the Veil by Be Stitch Me. Mine is a 46 count, and here it is. I love it so much. That fabric is just perfect. Let me bring you in a little bit closer. So as you can see, I have spring done over here, and I'm working on summer. So I would say I'm more than halfway done with summer. I really want to put some more time into this. I want to get to autumn before winter. So it's just looking so pretty. I love it so much. This is another one I'm stitching with Sarah. We stitch all the same things. We like all the same things. This is the project bag I'm keeping it in. It's from Painted Leaf Co. from my mom's shop. It's one of my favorites of hers that she's ever made. For obvious reasons. I mean, look at it. I love it. She had made that in a vinyl front bag a long time ago, and she wasn't making fabric bags at that time, so she knew how much I love that fabric, so she got more of it and made the fabric bags. So I have one of each. Okay, next I have Halloween at Holly Berry Sampler by Stacy Nash. I love Stacy Nash. She's one of my favorites too. This one's been on my wish list to stitch for a long time, as was it Sarah's. So of course we started it together, and we started it in August actually. I'm stitching mine on 40 Count Marsh by Atomic Ranch, and I'm using all of the called for colors. Here's the colors. I believe they look like they're all Gentle Arts. So that's my progress so far. I can't wait to get down to some of the other things like that house, and there's like a weeping willow over here, and there's a witch over here. So I've got a little ways to go before I get to those things, but I love it so far. That fabric is just phenomenal. I really feel like it brings out the like the slightly blue tones in those flowers. What color is that, by the way? I believe it's Carriage Black. So when you look at Carriage Black, I don't see any blue in Carriage Black, but when I put it on this fabric, it pulls a little towards the bluer side of black. So in my opinion, but I think it looks so good. So that's definitely not going to be finished this fall. Probably not next fall either, but I'm enjoying working on it, and it's super cute. And I'm keeping that in my bag from Michelle Lee Quilts. My friend Michelle, this is one of my favorite bags that she's made. I think it's that kitty corn fabric. I'm not good with fabric lines, but super cute. I'll link her shop down below as well. Okay, I want to say three more whips to show you, works in progress. This next one is called Sampler Holidays Halloween by Blueberry Ridge Designs. It's my first time stitching a Blueberry Ridge Designs pattern, and it is just gorgeous. It's a monochromatic sampler. I don't stitch a whole lot of monochromatic things, so I was glad to start a new one. And here it is. I'm stitching this on 40 Count Haunted by Seraphim, which I think looks very much like the fabric I just showed you. So there you go. That's the right way. So there's my start. I always start in the top left corner. And I am using a Roxy Floss color Incredible. Very pretty. So I like working on that when I, don't want to stitch on something that requires a lot of color changes. So that's been a fun one as well. I just think it's so pretty. And I definitely want to stitch more Blueberry Ridge. She has more sampler, like holiday samplers, and I believe those are also monochromatic, so I need to get my hands on some of those. And I'm keeping it in this amazing Tilda fabric bag from my sister's shop, Pepper Pot Shop. I think she might still have some of these. I'm not positive, but definitely go over and check because this is phenomenal. I definitely think the colors lean more fall. You've got some oranges and golds in there, and I do love a good purple mixed in with my fall. So yeah, definitely go check out Pepper Pot Shop. And I gotta show this again. It's the vintage fabric. Somebody laughed in my last video where I showed this, where I talked about the fabric was vintage. It was from Ben Franklin's. We had a Ben Franklin in our town growing up. So that fabric's from the 80s, okay? So it's vintage to us. I was a kid in the 80s. Oh, maybe not as vintage as some. But anyway, I thought that was really cool that she used that. It was in our mom's stash, and so she used that for the liner. Okay, I've got two more to show you. Let me find this pattern on my iPad. I use an iPad for all of my stitching so that I can zoom in and see things really well, and that's really helped me a lot. So this one is also from Stacy Nash, just like the Holly Berry design before. This one's called Butternut House Pinkeep. It's so pretty. I love those colors. I love that big gold house in the middle. This is another one I'm stitching with Sarah. She's actually finished hers, so I don't know if you saw her most recent video. She showed her finish. It's amazing. I love it. I'm stitching mine on 40 Count Cove by Roxy Floss Co. This was one of the fabric of the month, so I don't know if they have it in their regular like lineup of fabrics, but I've gotten a lot of mileage out of this one. I just love it. So that's where I'm at. I'm down here in the bottom. I'm kind of saving that middle section for last. I'm looking forward to stitching that big gold house. One change that I did make was down here in the pumpkins. The pumpkins actually have jack-o'-lantern faces, and I chose not to do that. I wanted it just to be a little more fall, less Halloween, and so I just chose to fill them all the way in with the orange. So I got to go through and finish filling in the background of this, and then I can get up to the middle there. But it's so pretty. I just love that one. I might be able to finish that one before the season is over. I know that Christmas stitching is coming. I'm already seeing some floss tubers working on their Christmas stitching, and I'm like, don't do it yet. It's not Halloween yet. I want to keep stitching fall until Thanksgiving. We'll see what happens. I'm very much a mood stitcher and very much like whatever striking my fancy in the moment. So I don't like make plans for myself or tell myself that I can't stitch something if I really want to. Here are the colors for Butternut House. Beautiful. Now that's a fall palette right there. These are all DMCs with the exception of one Weeks Dye Works. And then my last whip to show you today is another Stacy Nash. Surprise, surprise. This was another one I've been wanting to stitch for a while. It's called Blackwater Hollow. I've had this like kitted up for like a year or two. Blackwater Hollow sampler, excuse me. So I started up at the top middle with that house there. I'm stitching mine on a 40 Count Olympia by Mystic Fabrics. And here we go. I just love how that fabric looks like a dark, moody evening. I don't know, like a storm is coming. So that's my start. And I just love the colors so far. That's another one that's not going to get finished this year. I am using all the called for colors, which looks like they are all Gentle Arts, with the exception of one that I didn't have in stash, and I don't think I was able to get it. I believe it was Gentle Arts Walnut. It was a brown color, so I just switched it out for this Roxy Floss Co. color. Oh, it's like the color of my hair. Called Moose Antlers. So, another beautiful fall palette. So those were my whips, my works in progress. I've just been really, really, really enjoying the fall stitching. I think that's why it's been hard for me to work on my Nature's Journey since I'm still on the summer part. I really want to stitch fall. I had a couple people in a couple videos the last time I showed it that said, just move on to the autumn. You can always go back to summer. No, I'm going to do them in order. I'm going to do them in order, as much as I might regret that. Okay, let's talk about plans. So I was mentioning before that I was going to be doing the Christmas market series from Country Cottage Needleworks that's being hosted by Crazy Annie Stitchin', which is very interesting because I have a planned start for November 1st with some friends of mine. I've got a couple of the patterns right here on hand. We're going to be stitching the Santa's Village series by Country Cottage Needleworks. Here are a couple of the charts that I have on hand right now. This one is the Christmas Tree Farm, and this one is the North Pole Post Office. We were inspired to stitch this by a woman that my friends and I met at the 141 retreat back in September. This lady's name was Erin. She is a dancing needle on Instagram. And she was stitching the Santa's Village like all together as one piece. And it was amazing. It was so beautiful. We could not stop looking at it. We could not stop talking about it. And we're like, we got to stitch it. And so we told Erin that we were going to stitch it. She actually finished hers recently and she posted a picture on her Instagram. So go check that out. I will put her Instagram down below if you're curious to see that. But my friends and I are going to start it. I know Sarah's going to start it with us. I believe my friend Karen, who is Benton Station Crafter on Instagram, is going to start it. And I believe my friend Allison, who is AlleyCat13, is starting it as well. And I think my friend Michelle Lee Quilts, is also starting it. I hope I'm not missing anybody, but I know that we're starting it on November 1st. Yes, Michelle's starting it too. And so I have my fabric and my floss all ready to go. I am going to use 40 count Gallows Hill by Needle and Flex. I wanted something neutral, but I wanted it dark enough that the white snowflakes will show up on, and I think this will do the trick. And I have all of the floss pulled. There's a lot. There's a lot. I did purchase the fancy floss. There are some Weeks Dye Works, there are some Gentle Arts, there are some Classic Color Works, and there are lots of DMCs. Do you have to stitch it with the fancy floss? No, there is a DMC conversion for every fancy floss that's called for. I went ahead and bought them because I always like to have things to add to my stash. So look at those colors. Sorry for the dog barking in the background. Oh, I cannot wait to start this. It's going to be huge. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. And I cannot wait to show you my start and my progress as I go along. I have it all kitted up and ready in this beautiful gingerbread project bag that I got from Wildberry Stitching. I can't remember if I got this last year or the year before, but it is too cute. I love the little gingerbread men and the little jars. I hope the dog barking is not bothering you too much. My dogs bark at the wind. I love the cookies and the sprinkles and the candy canes. So cute. So I'll be starting that on November 1st with my friends. So hopefully I'll have a start to show you the next time I see you. And then I have another project I'm going to be starting soon. First of all, look at the bag. I don't see a tag on here, but I'm almost, oh, I do see a tag. I got it from Isabella Sews on Etsy. She's also on Instagram. And the bag is very indicative of the colors of this project. Oh, I forgot to pull this one up. Hold on. I'm stitching this for a friend's birthday start. I mentioned my friend Maggie with an I earlier. Her birthday start is going to be Cherry Magpie. I'm sure you've seen this one. A lot of people have stitched it or are stitching it. It's from Jet Egg Stitch. It's gorgeous. So I've been just, you know, checking out everybody else's on Instagram and Flosstube. And when my friend Maggie said she was going to stitch it, I was like, I'm stitching it with you. So her birthday is November 11th. And I'm joining her. So I have my fabric. This is not the called for. I forget what the called for is. But can you believe that color? Boom, in your face. It's so cute. I hear my daughter. I hope she doesn't come in here. The color, I'm filming. I'll be done in a minute. The color is called Lilith. It is a 40 count linen and it is just stunning. So let me show you the colors. It calls for all DMC with the exception of one Threadworks floss and I believe one color and cotton. I did get the Threadworks, but I did not get the color and cotton. I just pulled the DMC equivalent. And let me just show you, let me brush out my floss here so it's beautiful. Let me just show you these colors on this fabric. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is the Threadworks over here. It's kind of like a peacock blue. I don't know if that's a color, but look how pretty. So I'm super excited for my new starts coming up next month, and I cannot wait to show you those starts as they come along. Okay, so let me just check my notes here. I think that was it. Those are all the things that I wanted to talk about with stitching. I will do just a little bit of book talk, not much, because this video is already 45 minutes long. So don't forget, if you wanted to join the giveaway for either the bear or the hedgehog charts, the Snowglobe charts, either use the word bear or hedgehog or both in your comment. And don't forget, if you are the winner, Kathy Strickland, 2849 of the Halloween Hijinks, make sure you contact me. And that's it for the stitching. So if that's all you were here for, you can go ahead and leave and you won't miss anything. I'm just going to talk very briefly about my reading. So I have read, I've read 2 books since I saw you last. I did not pull up the cover of this one. So I'll pull it up while I'm talking to you about it. So I read, I listen to audiobooks, and I've been reading more like actual books. In the past, I've just mostly done audiobooks, but I'm finding that I'm really enjoying like sitting down with an actual book and reading. And so I've been doing that lately. So the audiobook that I listened to recently is called Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. Here is a picture of it. I'm on my Goodreads here. Here's a picture of it. Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. He's a popular author. He wrote, what was that book? The Fault in Our Stars. Do you remember that one? Sorry, my mom's calling. Okay, I got cut off. My mom called and then I lost my video. I hope I can splice this together. If not, oh well. But anyway, I was listening to Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. And it's called The History and Persistence of Our Deadliest Infection. And that's exactly what it was about. Just the history of tuberculosis and how it has progressed over time, how it's been treated over time, and how like the socioeconomic implications of it. I thought it was a very interesting listen. I do like listening to nonfiction and reading nonfiction, so I really enjoyed that one. And it was kind of short. It wasn't very long. I also read, let me grab it here. In a very different vein, I read Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. And this was my book of the month for October. No, I think it was my book of the month for September. It doesn't matter. Definitely kind of not really something I would normally pick up, but it looked fun. It says home is where the horror is. It's about this girl. She actually has 2 sisters. Their mom just recently passed away, and their mom lived in this house that was supposedly inhabited by a demon. And after she passed away, she left it to her youngest daughter, and she had the job of figuring out what to do with the house. And she decides she wants to fix it up and sell it. And then all kinds of crazy things happen. And that's all I'm going to say. It was a fun one. You know, was it the best thing I've ever read? No, but I thought it was fun. It was great for the season and I enjoyed it. I didn't love the main characters. I didn't find her particularly likable or relatable. Could be because she's in her early 20s and I'm not. But I thought it was a fun read. So Play Nice. What am I reading now? So I am listening to an audiobook. I don't have the picture here and I'm not going to make you wait while I look for it. It's called The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. You might have heard of it. It seems to be a very popular book. It's kind of like a self-help I don't know if that's a genre anymore, but a friend of mine at work, one of my teacher friends, he's reading it, and he asked several of us if we wanted to read it too, and we're like, sure. So I just read the first 2 chapters today, and it's all about, you know, taking control of what you can control and kind of letting everything else that's out of your control go, right? And I think that's something a lot of us could benefit from. So so far it's good. Like I said, I'm only 2 chapters in, so I'll keep you posted. I'm also reading, I mentioned this one last time, and I gotta show you my bookmark. This was also made for me by Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. But I'm still reading Wally Lamb, The River is Waiting. I mentioned this in my last video. It was recommended to me by my friend Janet, one of my other Table 11 friends. And this one, like I mentioned before, is a doozy. It's a heavy one. It's an Oprah Book Club pick. So, I mean, you know. So it's one that I kind of take in snippets because it's very heavy. There's a tragedy that happens in the very beginning, and just the fallout of all of that, you know, that happens and how it affects this family is just a lot. And in light of the things that have been happening in my life recently, and my family's life, just a lot. So I kind of take this one in snippets. So it's coming along slowly. I'm very much enjoying it. It's a very well written, very good book. It's just kind of heavy. So I'll keep you posted on this one. I'm about a third of the way through. And then I put this over here. And then the other one I'm reading, this one, I'm about 2/3 of the way through. I got to finish this one this week. It's called The Caretaker by Rash. It was the book club selection for the Book Bus Depot, which is a local bookstore here in Cincinnati. And the money, the proceeds, the profits that they make go towards putting books in the hands of children in our community, which is awesome. So they have the Book Bus Book Club. If you sign up for it, they send you a book. You have no idea what the book is. It comes wrapped in brown paper. You have no idea what it is until you open it up. And I just thought this was perfect. I love the fall scene on the front of the book. I have read one of the books by this author before, called Serena, which I thought was a very well-written book as well. And it also comes with a little specially made bookmark. And I'm trying to finish this one this week because we are having a Zoom with the author on Thursday. So fingers crossed I can get it done. But I did go to the Book Buzz Depot yesterday, and she said that if I can't make it to the Zoom, or if I'm not finished reading it, the Zoom will be posted in the secret Facebook group. So I'm really enjoying this. This is my first time doing the Book Bus book club, and I'm definitely going to do it again because that was really fun to get a book in the mail that I didn't know what it was. I'll tell you a little bit about it really quick. This takes place in the 1950s, and this man, Jacob, he is off at war. 1950s, I guess that would be, okay, I don't know war. I don't know my wars. It's definitely not World War II. I don't know. He's in Korea. So anyway, he's over there fighting. Sorry, I don't teach history, fortunately. But I'm a math teacher. But he's fighting in Korea, and his wife, he's newly married, his wife is pregnant, and so he puts her in the care of his friend, who is actually a caretaker for a cemetery. And while he's gone, some very horrible things happen, and it's a lot for him to have to deal with when he comes back from the war. And this is kind of another one that's kind of heavy too, but maybe because it's not, the other one is like a more modern story, where this one takes place, you know, in the 1950s. So you feel a little bit removed from it. So even though this one's pretty heavy as well, it's not, I don't know, it doesn't hit you in the gut as much as the other one does. So again, I'm really enjoying this one. I'm looking forward to the Zoom with the author, and I'll let you know what I think when I'm done. Okay, I think that's it, guys. So I appreciate you sticking around. I really hope that I can tack this video on to the end of the other one. And I hope you guys have the best week ever. I hope you enjoy having some stitching time. Hopefully you get some stitching time, and I'd love to hear from you. All right, take care. Bye. Take care, guys. Bye.